Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching season 2 episode 5 of Heartstopper. Last episode, it was the beginning of the Paris trip and the tea is already spilling. Imogen confronted Ben very publicly because he has been ignoring her the whole time, not wanting to do anything, and he has a bit of an obsession with Charlie, which is interesting because Ben in season 1 acted like he never even knew Charlie. He never spoke to him, and now that he knows about him and Nick, the jealousy is jumping out. Maybe this means he genuinely did have feelings for Charlie but just couldn't face coming out, or maybe he's jealous of Nick as well because Nick is a much nicer person than he is. They both are having the same struggle with coming out, but at least Nick isn't ashamed of being friends with Charlie and talking to him in public. Maybe Ben is trying to adopt that as well by talking to Charlie in public. Maybe he's trying to be like Nick, actually. That's a perspective I didn't think of, but somehow I don't quite think so. So Imogen dumped him, which she should, because he was really not treating her right and he wasn't interested anyway. Cal and Elle seem like they're back on good terms. They went roaming around a museum together, romantic date in Paris, and things seem to be back to normal for them, but I'm still hoping that they will push through to the romance soon. Oh, and I forgot until after finishing the episode that my timestamp was in that episode. So I went back to look, and my timestamp scene is the scene where Charlie and Tara were talking about how jealous they are of each other's relationships. And I even said at the end of the episode, I loved that scene so much. So I am so happy with that. I thought that was a really lovely scene to show that not every relationship is perfect and there will always be something that each couple has to work on. Even Tara and Darcy, who seem like they are the perfect couple from the outside, they do have struggles communicating their emotions. So I thought that was really nice to be portrayed, especially to someone like Charlie who's so insecure and thinks that everything has to be perfect, but nothing in this life is perfect. However, I am so scared because Nick gave Charlie a hickey, and hickeys are so noticeable, and that's going to get snapped up immediately by someone, and rumours are just going to start circulating. And if there's anything I hate in this life, it's rumours. And I'm just so scared about who they're going to pick. I hope this doesn't lead to Nick being outed. Like, if he wants to confess of his own accord, then sure, but I hope people aren't like, oh, obviously that's Nick or something, and then the rumours get circulated. I don't know, I'm really worried now. Wow, he's just ignoring his messages.
Is that... Did I do that? Do you think anyone will notice? Yeah, I think everyone will notice.
I'm glad he's being honest about it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest.
It's fine.
It's an achievement.
What are you two doing in there?
Oh!
How did you get that bruise on your neck?
First thing he saw.
I cannot believe it. The actual... We will be having words.
Parent towel jumped down. Oh my god.
We're going for breakfast.
I'll be there in a minute.
I blame Nick entirely.
That's fair.
Oi, Charlie Spring! Who gave you that hickey? What?
That's not ideal.
Isaac! Well, that's not ideal.
Not really.
Oh, Charlie.
Okay, well, I'll pack you a croissant, so if you get hungry later, we'll have a snack.
Nick is starting to notice.
Wait, is it true James McEwen gave you that hickey?
James? Oh.
It wasn't me. I mean, obviously you know it wasn't me.
Oh, that's not fair that he's getting dragged into it.
We've all been having fun in Paris, but we thought this morning would be a good time to remind you why we're really
Having fun in
here.
Paris?
And that's
Look.
to practice your French skills.
Nick doesn't need any practice.
Starting with Charlie Spring and James McEwen.
Oh.
Next up is
Nick and Ben.
Nelson and Ben Hope.
Oh!
I don't give a rat's ass, rude boy. Grow up.
Why is Nick so tethered to him this season? It's so mean to him. Butterflies.
I know you think it's funny to point things out about people and get a laugh out of your mates, but do you ever stop and think how you're actually making people feel?
Hello, Isaac! What the hell? I need to watch that again. First off, I was in shock that they were in a pair. I was thinking, oh my god, why are all the nicest people getting paired with the rudest ones? But Isaac's coming out with the confrontation, yes!
Like, come on, Harry, where's your basic human empathy?
I can't believe that outfit.
So
Facts.
stupid everybody thinks it was me. Do you think Isaac thinks it was me? I just don't want him to think it was me.
He knows it wasn't you.
He is
What time
actually
was that?
really cute.
Remember when we were walking into Truro? No, not really.
Oh wow. She's acting like she doesn't remember her saying I love you.
First Charlie, now Imogen. You were the one who told her about me and Charlie, aren't you?
No, she figured it out on
It's
her
your
own.
mission to, like, mess up my life.
You're doing that to yourself.
What if I said I want Charlie back?
You wouldn't be able to get him, so it doesn't really matter.
I get it, I was a dick back then, but I was dealing with my own shit. Charlie really liked me before you got in his head.
Yeah, because you were the only one that gave him the time of day, but he sees now how manipulative you were to him, and you said some awful, awful things. Why would he ever take you back when he has the best person in the universe now? I think he genuinely believes that he could get Charlie back if he wanted, because he still thinks he has that control, but he doesn't have it anymore. Not to mention, he literally assaulted him. I feel like I forget that sometimes. He did literally sexually assault him, and yet he sees it as Nick ruining his life. I think Charlie probably would have stopped seeing you anyway after that.
That was nice enough not to give him a hickey where everyone could see.
That is not as bad as half the things you did to him. Tao cringing, that is so relatable. Is Nick just dragging him up the whole way? How long do you get up there? Is there a certain amount of time you're allowed to stay up there?
Get a selfie for my mum.
Okay.
Another photo for the wall, maybe?
Smiles. Is that hickey from you then?
Oh,
What if it was? You jealous? I'm not gay.
I'm not gay. Well, neither is he.
Did Harry just stick up for us?
Did he? I didn't even notice that. What?
Leave him alone, lads. Come on. Come on.
Did Isaac actually get through to him? Stop!
Let's go find the others.
Papa.
moment.
Oh my god, my sister does that. She rings, you ring her back straight away. No answer. How?
Still mess it up like I always do with everything.
You don't mess things
You
up.
wouldn't
Name
tell.
one thing you've messed up.
The cinema date? Your life multiple times?
How?
You've also fixed his life multiple times.
I'm basically the reason you got outed last year. I never wanted to tell you because I don't want you to hate me.
That was clearly an accident.
Yeah. I would feel bad about it though.
Hey, I'm Tell. Charlie.
Aww.
Cool. It's one of my favourite movies, and it's got a Radiohead song on the credits. It makes me cry like every time.
You were the only person I met that day that I really wanted to be friends with.
Yeah, I would too. That is the coolest introduction ever.
Wait, isn't that for you and Nick?
Oh my god. The friendship moments this season are so good.
I helped to deflect the rumours.
I love that because their friendship is something that will definitely last forever. Charlie and Nick might not, although they will. Is that actually there? Like if you go to that spot in Paris, will that be there?
Where's that Mona Lisa girl?
Where's that Mona Lisa girl?
Wait, that's the Mona Lisa. It's rubbish.
What? Darcy, it's art.
To be fair, I'm not into art enough to really care about that as well. Like you've seen the picture online, seeing it in person, I don't have that connection with it.
I don't think I really understand any of the art, but
Yeah,
it's nice to look at.
You don't always need to understand it to enjoy it.
You don't have to understand your feelings completely to know that you like something.
Nick is low-key Ellen Tao's biggest aid. Another thing I really like is how we're getting characters interacting that we never really saw interact in season 1. Like when did Ellen and Nick ever speak one-to-one in season 1.
Where are we going?
Hey,
What are you looking at?
just a painting.
Oh, just a painting.
No, it's so fast.
Towels, run!
Should we get going?
Oh my gosh.
Come on, you lot.
Is he gonna pass out?
I've never been to your house, and you didn't even want to say I love you back.
It was just a casual I love you.
You know I do.
You have to let her in. I wonder what she is hiding.
I don't feel...
God, this feels so realistic.
Charlie?
Cut to Ellen Tao being happy and in love.
It makes me want to draw.
You should. I love watching you draw. You would literally have to tie me to a chair if you wanted me to watch that actual monstrosity again.
I'm so sorry.
Do not be sorry. Do it again. Elle made the first move! And then Chow makes it back. Oh my god, I love that. And the first one does the kiss and then pulls away and then the other one comes back in. Ah! Oh, is she doing the Princess Diaries foot pop? They were both talking about their passions and that got them in the mood. But it is always really attractive when you see people talking about something they're passionate about. Like she started drawing and then Tao started talking about cinema, which is his biggest passion. That's the best thing, even if it's not something you're interesting, when you can see how passionate someone is about something and how much love they have for it. I think that is such a great character trait.
Facial expression.
Mr. Farouk, Mr. Jai.
Charlie fainted.
You passed out.
Where's the croissant?
So, all good.
Really embarrassed.
Found them!
Jesus, okay, Isaac.
I just haven't eaten enough today.
I wonder if he opened up to Mr. Ajayi about his eating disorder last year.
There.
Oh, he sounded so soft.
Right, we'll let you chill out a bit.
Mr. Ajayi, I see that look when he's nice to your fave student.
I've noticed you don't really eat a lot. Generally. Kind of feels like it's gotten worse lately.
I'm really sorry.
Hey, no.
Don't
You
be
have nothing to be
sorry.
sorry about. I just...
Stop being sorry.
Some days I'm fine, but other days I feel like I need to control it. Sometimes it feels like the only thing I can control in my life.
Maybe I don't totally get it, but I still want to know if you're feeling like that. I'm your boyfriend, Charlie. And I really care about you.
Delia love. I think Nick handled that so well because broaching that topic to someone is really, really difficult. It puts that person in a very vulnerable position to be called out on something that they're clearly struggling with. So Nick talking to him really softly, saying he has nothing to be sorry for, but that he just wants to understand even if he doesn't get it, was perfect. Because I feel the same. Like, he described how he feels and I don't quite get it, but if he feels that way, he feels that way. He shouldn't have to suffer alone. So knowing Nick has noticed and that Nick is there for him and wants him to tell him whenever he's struggling, he's always got that option, even if he doesn't take it and still struggles with opening up to him about it. The option is always there now that Nick knows.
Hello, Papa.
Oh, Charlie's first time hearing him speak French.
On se voit cette semaine.
I know, right?
À bientôt.
A bientôt. How is he so good?
Wait, do you like the fact that I speak French?
Oui, oui.
Fine.
Mon amour.
Oh my god, you're so cringe.
You actually don't look like you're cringing, you look like you're blushing. Quite a lot. My dad wants to meet up, like, today.
You ever mentioned your dad before?
Are you gonna take Charlie?
He's not the most reliable. I had this idea that I might introduce you to him.
We promise to tell each other when we've got stuff going on.
Deal.
Please stick to that, Charlie. Their hugs this season just feel like they've been so much tighter. I don't know what it is.
And how?
I said I'd meet him in a cafe in 20 minutes.
Oh wow. They're holding hands in public though. At the end of each episode, I just start to feel so nervous about what's going to happen in the next one based on the endings. Like last episode, I was so nervous because Charlie discovered he had a hickey and I was like, oh my god, people are going to start spreading rumours. And they did, but it wasn't actually too bad. I do feel bad for James getting dragged into it, but he just really cared about what Isaac thought, and as soon as he found out Isaac didn't know, he was just like, oh, okay, as long as it wasn't him. And when someone confronted Nick about it, he just made a joke, and that seemed to be the end of it. Isaac MVP clapping back at Harry and getting him to see some sense. Hello, what? And now I'm nervous about how Nick's dad is going to react, because David seems to think he's going to have a bad reaction. It just went so well with his mom, and then it went well with Imogen as well. I just don't want all the men to have the bad reactions, because I feel like that is what is expected. And I want to be surprised. Like, David already had such a shit reaction. I want his dad, even though his dad doesn't sound great, because he doesn't even respond to his text. That doesn't fill me with hope, because he already seems quite... If he has a bad reaction to Nick coming out, that would suck so bad. And he doesn't really have a right to judge when he's barely in his son's life anyway, so it shouldn't really matter who he's dating. I think he's gonna have a bad reaction, but I really hope to be surprised. I really liked how they did the fainting scene with the corners getting scribbled out and it becoming all blurry, and it felt so realistic. As someone who has fainted multiple times in life, most of them have been after getting my blood drawn, so yeah, but the first time I ever fainted, and the only time I fainted outside of getting my blood drawn, was at school, and it kind of went like that with regards to like feeling fuzzy earlier on, and then later on it really coming to a head and like just feeling dizzy, and then going up to someone and saying I don't feel well, and then literally fainting in their arms. Unfortunately, I didn't have a Nick to do that to. I fainted on a teacher who I didn't really like. Oh my god, I still get secondhand embarrassment. So I did it in front of my crush as well. It was awful. It was so bad. The point is, that scene was so realistically done because I have fainted before, and so I know what it's like, and literally with the blur and everything and the way he approached Nick, it was like word for word what happened to me. So once again, Heartstopper excelling at the realism. Ellen Tao had their first kiss, and they did it in the way that I love, where one of them makes the first move so suddenly and then they pull away and they're like, no, oh my god, I'm sorry, and then the other one is like, no, and then they kiss again, and it's like a movie, isn't it? And not to mention the fact that we've been waiting for this for so long now, and it's finally happened, and it was just so romantic, and you could see how much they really care for each other as well, and care about each other's passions and where they're going in life, and I love them. I love them so much. Ben is really posing problems. He wants Charlie back, but he's never going to be able to give Charlie what he needs / wants, and also Charlie would never take him back at this point anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant what he feels. But I just don't believe he would be a good boyfriend even if he got Charlie back. If in some alternate universe Charlie and Ben got back together, he would never ever treat him as nicely as Nick does. But I also don't think he would cater to Charlie's needs. I think he would still end up making some comment, some backhanded compliment, not treating him as he deserves. And I hope in the future he does change and he doesn't become one of those horror stories of people that just never come out because of their internalized homophobia. But he needs to really sort himself out before ever considering getting in a relationship with someone, because he is such a toxic person. I'm still not over the fact that they are actually filming in Paris in the real locations. Like, it's so cool, and it really is giving me FOMO because it looks so cool. The Eiffel Tower is a landmark staple that I just really want to go to someday. They're all having so much fun. It just makes me really jealous, doesn't it? But I am so happy for all of them. Tara and Darcy as well. Oh my god, it's kind of breaking my heart for Tara, because Darcy just really isn't opening up and she is concealing things from her, and it's coming across as quite dismissive of Tara's feelings. And I love Darcy, and I don't know what she's going through, so I can't judge her, but she has to be more considerate of Tara's feelings in this situation, because she knows full well she said I love you, and her just dismissing it like that makes it feel like she doesn't care that she said it. And I know she probably does, and she's just a closed off person and has something going on at home, but she needs to be more considerate of Tara's feelings, because it is really hurtful the way she's handled this situation. Still love her though, just gotta point out where she's wrong. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching my reaction to season 2 episode 5 of Heartstopper. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Heartstopper, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 6. Bye!